dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
We are outside. What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. Here to talk about a Knicks win. Knicks win another game in Detroit by 1.94-93. Knicks. We outside, damn it. We outside. You know what? I'm doing things a little bit differently today, all right? I'm going to get to the stats. I'm going to get to all that. But I just gotta say this, man. Jalen Brunson is the best player in the series. I don't know what people were smoking, what people had to say, okay, Cunningham, the Pistons are gonna win. Knicks fans thinking the Pistons are gonna win because they beat us in the regular season. The regular season doesn't matter. We never even had our whole team in the regular season. The regular season does not matter. You know what matters? What matters is Jalen Brunson has been getting buckets in the playoffs, averaging 34 points per game since he got to the Knicks. What has Cade done? What has he done in the fourth quarter? This is the first fourth quarter he remotely showed up. He's been having 4-point fourth quarters for the last 3 games of the series. And what happens today? What happens? Knicks are down 11 points. Looking doom and gloom in the third quarter for Jalen Brunson to tip this team on his back and score 15 points in the fourth, once again proving that he is, without a doubt, the best clutch player of this year. That's why he got this win. Tired of y'all playing around Jalen Brunson. I'm tired of the disrespect, the Knicks disrespect, the Brunson disrespect. I'm tired of it. We got this game. We won this game. And we about to take this game. Game 5, it's over on Tuesday. It's over on Tuesday. Despite all the pushing, the shoving, everything that's been done, it's over. It's a wrap. Finito. Finished. Done. That's it. I had to get that off my chest. I had to get it off my chest. So I'm going to just start this program off. I'm going to just introduce you to my guys and my lady. First and foremost, it is the Latin assassin. My man, Lee Escobedo. ESPN contributor, Bleacher Report contributor. What's going on, Lee?
Jay Ellis, Ebony. The only thing that comes close to a playoff Knicks win is being able to pod with y'all two after it. We are in this piece, baby. Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. Come on, man. You serious?
And I am one of those crazy people Jay Ellis is talking about, saying Cade Cunningham is better than Brunson. I believe it, but I gave a caveat. Give me a game, I want Brunson. Who's more clutch in the playoffs? Brunson, because Cade has no playoff resume. So one guy, one game for a shot all day. Jalen M.F. Brunson. My dad came out in one of the most legendary entries into a game in Knicks history, rivaling Willis Reed, dragging his limp leg out of a tunnel to perform and hit his first 4 shots. This was unbelievable Knicks memory made real time with Jalen Brunson coming back from a very obviously injured ankle. Prayers up. Hope we finish in 5 so get some rest. But I think this is a masterclass of Knicks orange and blue heart.
Epic. I'm sorry. Cade doesn't have a bag. I'm sorry. He doesn't do nothing but push off. He doesn't have, his bag has a hole in it. Jalen Brunson got the step through, the sweep, the fade off the left, the fade off the right. Come on, man. Don't stop playing with him, man. Stop playing with his name. I don't care if he had a triple-double in 4 blocks. I don't care if he had a quadruple of a Cinco double. I don't care what this guy has, man. Because we got a killer on our squad.
We do.
Oh, and next we have our ex-D1 baller, our girl, our lady, Mad Knicks fan, aka Ebony. What's going on?
What's up, y'all? You know me. I thought we was gonna do this in 4, but 5. I take 5. I take 5. We just try to get to the second round.
I got 5 on. I got 5 on.
Me too.
That's what I said. I take it. I thought we last game we kind of did a number on Detroit's confidence, and I still believe that. I think we showed up and showed out. Our stars were starring today. You see our stars come through. You wanted to know what their makeup was, what their heart is about. I think they showed a lot of that. Cat and Brunson when when the game was on the line, they literally put us on their backs, both of them, and they did it together, which was it was such a beautiful thing to see. It was, okay, you cooking, all right, go do your thing. Okay, I'm cooking, okay, I'm gonna do my thing, and they just really kept the team on their back. So yes, this is, y'all call them soft. They show out on the court, and I will take that. I'm not asking nobody to get suspended. I'm asking you to make them look foolish, and we did that a lot today. And I'm not gonna curse, but JB people staff and his crying, man, you gotta stop. You can't live by the gun and then get mad when you die by it. That's not gonna happen. You can't be okay with the refs one way and then cry and say they cheated you. They're the reason you was in the game from the first place. But I'm excited to break this whole game down with you. Our guys showed out, and it wasn't the prettiest, but we got it done.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Evan. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Evan. Because this is why this game was impressive. Because I know we're all used to watching basketball for 82 games and in the playoffs, but today we didn't even really get to watch basketball. We got to watch MMA with the basketball involved. All right, that's what we was watching the whole game. Every single screen was like a two-hand push. People are boxing out. That really, every time a rebound was in the air, somebody would just grab somebody and throw them. This was not a basketball game. This was a street brawl in prison that just happened to be focused and put on live television. That's all it was. That's all it was. And the refs were letting the Pistons get away with bloody murder. Bloody murder. But what this team seems to have lacked all season, what I feel like got us over the hump, is the toughness, man. We really toughed it out. We played through contact. We didn't complain that much. We had some instances in the third quarter we complained a little too much. We sucked it up and we got it done. And luckily, we have a guy in Jalen Brunson who is the king of playing through contact. It was like, oh, okay, y'all complaining about all the foul calls he's getting. The foul, like he was getting hit all game. It was making those and ones being called or not. And then on the other side of the ball, we have one of the best centers on our team since Patrick Ewing, Karl-Anthony Towns, hitting fadeaway shots falling out of bounds behind the backboard, hitting step back 27-foot 3-point shots to save the game in the fourth quarter in clutch time to pick us up and get us this win, man. Clutch shooting, mental toughness, defense, offense, great ball game.
I think it's a very fair conversation, right? About like who's better, Cade or Brunson, in terms of their skill set. In my opinion, this series, it don't even matter. And I said this before, guys 2 through 5 is all Knicks. Whoever you got first, the reason we're winning the series right now are the other guys. They have no answer for Karl-Anthony Towns. They thought today it was Tobias Harris, and we put him in jail and got him in foul trouble and removed him from even having an impact in the fourth. Him being out of the game really helped us use our size to start dominating the boards, and that toughness that from game one, they set a new tone. Ebony and I have talked about all season. This is a roster of playoff risers, not regular season risers. I never thought the identity of his team and who was in a regular season would either stay the same or get worse in the playoffs. I always thought they would get better, which is why I've always said, forget about last year's team. Don't hold on to the past. Embrace the now, because these are guys with long playoff resumes, very successful playoff resumes. Bridges, OG, Cat, Brunson, and together collectively in the playoffs, we are now seeing that toughness we've been clamoring for against the teams like OKC and Boston and Cavs, where we didn't show up. We came up short. Now, in a gritty series against maybe the grittiest team in the East, we are playing New York Knicks basketball at its finest, half court, low scoring, dog fights.
I definitely agree. And one of the questions I had during the season, again, was our toughness on court. Not saying swinging people around and things of that nature, but the defense and rebounding toughness of it. Remember,
Right.
that was a big thing with us. I was worried about it. But as mentioned, everything we rounded up team defensively, that kind of simmered down, especially when I see You go at Brunson, you just fuel the fire. Where those FU Brunson chants? I ain't here to. It was just boo today. It was just boo,
Yep.
boo. So this is the toughness that I need. When they talk, you just use it and make them regret even saying something to you. And I love it. Just the team atmosphere. Even McHale, like today, missed a couple shots in the first half, a lot of open shots in the first half. But when it mattered, when we had no buckets, when we looked like we had no offensive motion whatsoever, he hit those two very
Yes.
big 3-point, very Kawhi-like when they
Yep.
beat 76ers. He hit two of those. So again, this is what a team gets you. It might not always be pretty, but when your number is called, do something to help your team.
Right.
Facts.
I agree. I feel like the physicality might have got to our shooting legs. You know, that second quarter, it was a start, we was up 16. And when I was watching the game, I'm thinking, man, we're missing so many open threes that the Pistons are just lucky to only be down 16 because McHale was missing wide open threes, Deuce was missing wide open threes. Like I felt like we could have just as easily been up by like 25 to 30 points in the second quarter, just because of the quality shots that we were missing in that second quarter. I thought we kind of got into ourselves mentally in the third quarter. We didn't really get good shots, but that second quarter, I feel like they just got lucky that we just missed our open shots. But like you said, Ebony, Wingstop, they didn't shoot well. They didn't shoot well all game today. Like I said, I don't know if the legs got into them or something. He was missing shots. I feel like OG was out of it mentally, offensively. But defensively, though, they did a really good job on Cade. And I know Cade had like a crazy stat line where he almost like a triple-double. But I'm not even looking, because you're not going to stop great players all the time for like the whole game. You got to look at when it's winning time, can you get multiple stops? Can you get stops in the big moments? And I feel like in the fourth quarter, McHale Bridges who was getting kind of punked by Cade Cunningham during the regular season, being overpowered. I felt there was like a good 3 to 5 one-on-one opportunities where McHale just kind of shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
And then OG Anunoby on him at the end of the game helped finish the job. So I thought Wingstop didn't score today really well, but defensively, I felt like they were extremely crucial on stopping or slowing down Cade Cunningham in important moments.
Facts. Cade had 6 points in that first half. 6 points in the whole half, and I'll get you the shooting numbers in a minute, but he just had, to me, out of the 4 quarters, he had a good quarter and a half, maybe.
Right.
A good quarter and a half. That third quarter, where they tried to make it physical and make it ugly for us, we kind of got in our own heads.
Yep.
The team and ball movement went away. That stopped. It was straight one-on-one over and over. And I'm like, at that point, I'm like, here we go, not playing smarter again. We're going into the dummy mode where they're not recognizing and reading the game. It just go. They're not call. I was like, they're not calling.
Yeah.
My house going crazy. They're not calling anything. Stop. Bring the ball movement back, please.
Yeah. It got, I think that was a product of the second quarter because we were missing so many open threes. They figured, you know what, we'll go inside, get the foul, and we'll get the points on the board that way. But the rest weren't calling it. So it's like, all right, we're not getting those. We're missing threes. What else do we do? Then we try to lean on Jalen Brunson, and Brunson was kind of off in that third quarter. So it was all hands on deck from then on out. And Jalen Brunson went down at the end of the third, and my heart skipped, because I'm just like, I didn't care what was happening in the game. I was like, I know it's JB's in the game. We have a shot.
Yep.
And when he left, I was like, uh-oh. But my man went in that tunnel and came back like a new man. I don't know if it was like a mental reset or what, but woo, he came back with a vengeance.
And people go, I'm sorry, go ahead, Lee. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ed. Finish your thought.
I just want to say real quick, and people going to think it's fake that he wasn't hurt, but that's the benefit of being able to play on both feet. If you look at how he was landing, it was always like left foot. Even in his jump shots, he would try to put his majority of his weight on that side. He's just so good at going on both hands, both legs that he's able to adjust. But if you get a look, look again and a second rewatch, I know like many of us do, you'll see he was very, very cautious on how he landed and what foot he took off on.
Yeah, this lift wasn't as high when he got back. But that's like, this is what I keep saying. This is what I'm saying with the freak. I'm not calling him Michael Jordan. But like Jordan, man, he'll be sick. He'll be out of it, exhausted. Game is on the line. I'm scoring 38 with a stomach virus. I'm gonna find a way to the point where you're questioning if that man is even 100% or not. And that is like the amount of insane mental toughness it takes to do that is insane. It's just crazy. So go ahead, Lee. Sorry.
It reminds me of a player who was sitting in the front row watching this game himself, Isaiah Thomas, when he dropped 25 and a quarter on an injured ankle in the finals. I'm sure he was impressed by Jalen Brunson's performance on an equally injured leg, because you could tell that pain was severe throughout the entire quarter, but he did not defer. He deferred when he needed to, enough that Karl-Anthony Towns clear out ISO, but when he needed to get a bucket, he was taking the shot. And I love that level of moxie and confidence, because all season, including myself, everyone's trying to contextualize the Knicks. What's their ceiling? What's their floor based on data? People were said, we can't win if we don't score 25, 30 assists. Tonight, we had 19, and we won by 2. You have to win the rebounding battle. It's something I said every night for the Knicks to win. Tonight, we got smacked on the rebounds, a 16 deficit between their total rebounds and ours. 3-point shooting, we can't defend a 3. Guess what? They only shot 24% tonight, 7 of 29. So all the trends that I attributed to what makes a Knicks win were completely proven wrong, because this team is showing everybody they had that dogged mentality that everyone misses from last year's squad. And we have key pieces that are still here. Josh Hart was pivotal, not statistically, not box score, but pivotal intangibles, 50-50 balls, diving on the floor. Him and Mitch, their defense in the intermediate zone, I thought was crucial in securing the win in the fourth quarter. And his chemistry with Brunson, also crucial, knowing when to set screens, knowing when Brunson's going to project the screen, and then reposition himself to be a decoy on the left or right side of the basket. All those little tidbits are crucial for a team that has experience and continuity. Pistons are new to this. They are brand new. They have no resume. And the ones that do have a resume have an ass-cracked resume. Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., get your bum ass back in New York.
Bum ass back.
Make it eliminated. I can't wait to see your bum ass again, because I'm going to rub this in your face. I hope you come back to your vacation home in Dallas, because I'm going to make your life hell every single sip of your latte. Bet on it, baby.
He said every single sip of your mess. I love you, Lee. Never change. But facts. No, Hart definitely did a lot there. Again, one of those players I keep saying, him and Mitch, their impact doesn't always show on the stat sheet. With Josh Hart, it does a lot of places, but it's so much things that don't show up. Like his ability to get Jalen Brunson easy buckets. He pushes into the transition, is constantly always looking for Brunson in those transition points to get him easy threes, a layup, whatever the case may be. That takes pressure off of Jalen trying to get everything in the half court set. Also, the no hesitating today. I thought he was perfect and no hesitating. He didn't make it all of them, but he didn't hesitate. That was a beautiful thing.
He was 3 from 5 from 3 today. Like
no hesitation.
That opened the game up for us in that first quarter.
Yes, it did.
So no hesitation. And then another thing, again, why I had mentioned that people were pointing specifically at that game 2 blame at people. And I said, it's a team game. That's why it's a team loss. And that's how I felt, because everybody had a part in that. Yes, Jalen Brunson could have been a more of a playmaker, but I thought that we did a bad job at relocating, giving him pocket passing lanes to say, I'm open, here I am. I thought we did a better job these last 2 games in doing that.
Definitely.
The fact that Hart only took 1 3 last game shows you that we're moving. He's moving. He's not feeding into that 3-point shot. He only took 5 today, like Lee mentioned. Adjustments. That's all we are, working smarter and not harder. So shouts out to Josh and giving us extra ball, the tip balls. He was tipping balls, pause. He was doing all kinds of stuff. Making the Jalen Durant look everywhere. Where is he? He was looking for him at one point. So shout out to Hart. Again, we could do it as a team. This is why I love this team. I love team. Don't feed me those the shiny balls, pause, the superstar after superstar. Stupid. I like my teams built just like this.
Absolutely.
Say,
Absolutely. And I'm a build on something that Lee was talking about before about some of the metrics that we should win that help us lose. Like so the rebounding thing, right? I feel like the name of the game for us is extra possessions. It's for them, they getting extra possessions on the rebounding with the boards. For us, we're getting extra possessions with the turnovers and the steals. And I think that's helping us, helped us get this game. You know, today we had 11 steals to their 6. And then we forced a lot of turnovers. They had 17 turnovers today to 10.
12 in the first half.
Yeah. So those extra possessions helping us get out and run, getting us easy baskets, that's going to help us for sure. And then I think we also did a good job of getting points off of turnovers. We lost the points off of turnovers the game before and still ended up winning. Today we had 20 points off of turnovers to 15, and that's kind of more like it. I mean, it could have been bigger. It could have been bigger, but we was missing a lot of open trail threes that we very capable of hitting. So, you know, watch out. Game 4, if we start actually hitting those threes, it's going to be a wrap. We're going to end this last game by like 10 to 15, you know, but those are certain numbers to keep your eye on when it gets to the next game.
I thought Tibbs did a really good job steaming Amen Thompson and Ron Holland out of this game.
Yeah.
They were non-factors this game offensively, and I thought choosing when to get up on them at the level and when to scale back and force them into mid-range shots, those are the ones where they would hesitate, not take the shot, and force a turnover, especially Amen Thompson.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Ron Holland, I don't think he even played the fourth quarter, a little bit of a third. He was taken completely out the game. And when we had an opportunity to seal, Cade Cunningham choked. Let's remember that. As good as this battle's been between the point guards, compared to Brunson's clutches in the fourth, to Cade, the inexperience showed. He had a shot at the game, and he bricked it. That is key. Remembering, and Josh Hart, one last thought. Josh Hart hitting threes makes me very confident for Boston.
Yeah.
That, to me, is the X factor. If Hart continues to just shoot them, make 35% or maybe 33, 32, we can beat Boston. That's going to be the X factor in our next series, because this is not – we can come back to Detroit. It's a one-way ticket. We staying in New York.
You staying in New York.
Actually, and then mentioning again, you talk about our guy Hart, was that was a big – he came up with the big play with the help defense. Got the deflection off of
the dig.
Cade. Off Cade.
Exactly.
So again, talking about Hart and the intangibles, there you go, to kind of seal the game for us on that defensive possession.
I agree.
And we're finally giving teams a dose of their own medicine. Today, I thought that we played to the scheme, we played to the scouting report. So while we didn't normally do the rebounding and the assist, and then we played to their weaknesses. You know, making Thompson be the shooter at times, making him have to make a play. What are you going to do with the ball? I thought I've been asking for them to do the Josh Hart treatment on these people like this for a long time. So we finally gave them a dose of their own medicine, and it worked out.
Yeah. Worked out. Shoot those. Yeah. Force them to shoot those threes and see how nervous they get, which they die. And we scouted that little Julius Randle at spin move. We scouted that through 2 games ago. You ain't getting that off no more. You haven't seen that in a couple of games. So yeah, we have scouted them to death. At this point of the series, they know our playbook. We know theirs. It's about executing. And I feel confident, you know, even though these games are close, I still feel confident that I feel like we're out executing these guys in the last 2 games for sure. We just got to hit shots. Like if we just start hitting shots, the good open shots, we're going to make things a lot easier for us in game 4. Just
the only criticism I have of our team, and I probably put this on Tibbs, I hated the no center lineup.
Yeah,
that's when they went on their run. To me, that was playing to their strength. Why do you put a lineup on the floor that can't protect the rim? And also, the intention of them offensively, they're going to want to run too. Because you don't have a slower player out there that you're waiting to set that first screen. Let's get out and go. That plays into their hands, and it leads to a lot of fast break points for them. I saw them take more threes in rhythm off a dribble. That starts activating Schroeder. It activates Tim Hardaway Jr. It activates Beasley. Cade Cunningham, one of the best pull-up three-point shooters in the NBA. We're thankful he didn't go off tonight because he had one of his worst shooting games from beyond the perimeter. But that type of offense can unlock him. I hated that Tibbs went with that for some reason. I don't understand why he did. I think Mitch should have played those minutes, and we could have dominated the boards and maintained our lead. But instead, they took a 10-point lead at one point and took a harsh course correct for us to get back to basics and back to fundamentals to take the lead back and win the game.
Yeah. I was wondering if it's because Mitch was sick and he was just trying to
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like he felt like maybe he didn't have it as much because there was a point when Cat had like 4 fouls, and
That's a good point.
And it was like, okay, Mitch is sick, has 4 fouls. All right, let's just try Shamit and OG at center and see what happens, and didn't happen.
It was rough.
It was super rough. I kind of figured that when he didn't want to do either, Mitch or Precious, like I was like, whoa, no Precious at all. Because it had to be Mitch and being sick, not feeling the best.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Mitch because when he was in there, he was giving them hell.
Just hit free throws, my man.
Yeah, that he got into his bag again. I'm scared now because he was hitting them at least 1 or 2, like that. When you're not good at something the confidence creep in. So I hope it doesn't make him think, get in his head because he was doing a better job at the line. I think I had something else to say. Yeah, I forgot. I'll figure it out.
Queen stop has been phenomenal this entire series.
Yes,
very impressed. Even when they're not shooting, and OG hasn't really gotten initiated since game 2-ish. Bridges was awful until those last 2 threes tonight, but their defensive effort all game, taking turns, switching on the Cade was unbelievable, guarding their point of attack, and really kept Cade to being a scorer rather than a playmaker, except for that third quarter when they were able to get out in transition. Then everyone started feasting a little bit, having more equity in the shot dive. But for the most part, even Bridges holding his own, not letting Cade do that power trip to the hoop. And behind the back blocks from Bridges, man, that's a part of his game that's clearly underrated. And we've seen it multiple times this season. Now in the postseason, save our ass. So Wingstop, I don't care if you only scored combined, whatever. The defense was on point, worth every pick, every dollar.
Yeah, they were really good. Go ahead.
Yeah, the fact that's again, I give OG and McHale plenty of grace. I try to, because I understand what it takes to play both sides and to that magnitude that they do. That's a lot of effort and that's a lot of energy. If you're guarding the likes of a Steph and a Cade, the amount of movement that these and physicality that they have to take on a daily basis, and then have to expect to do it again on the other side. I tip my hat to them. You have to.
Yeah.
So I always give them a little bit more grace because of it. And I understand that a lot of things that, again, don't show up in the box score. You can't watch with numbers. You got to use your eyes too.
Exactly. And, I feel like half court offense for Pistons wasn't really good the whole game. And I think it's because Wingstop was just really good the whole game. Like, I felt like a lot of their points was just like we running transition, quick hit, bow. But half court sets.
Yeah. In fact, you just spoke the gospel of the game, because in that first half they had shot 16 3-pointers. And that hasn't been the series for Detroit. They haven't taken that, that abundance of 3-pointer like they were doing in that first half. I think that was the difference. The third quarter, you see them kind of going to the basket, forcing their way into the paint in the mid-range area. They stopped living by the 3 a little bit until Malik Beasley got into his little groove.
Right.
But other than that, they were 2 for 16 at half. They were shooting 12.5% from the 3-pointer. And then they started trying to get into transition, forcing transition, things of that nature. I want to read something real quick that stood out that I thought we were going to win this game as soon as I read this little comment from JB from JB Bickerstaff. Actually from Cade. Cade has said that he didn't think that they didn't need it to change anything. They just needed to play faster. You're already playing fast. How much more fast do you think you're going to play in a playoff game? So you don't think you need to make adjustments. We just need to get in transition, just play faster. That's okay. That's cool. But again, they're like number 1 in transition. How more fast do you think you're going to get?
Yeah, this is the playoffs, baby. It's playoffs, half court rules in the playoffs.
And then JB Bickerstaff talking about how they're trying to do 4 and 3. they do best when they have 4 and 3. They think that Cade is the best at playmaking, and he mixes it up, which is true. That's how they started coming back in that end of the second quarter, third quarter. Cade was more of a playmaker during that stretch. Tobias started going off a little bit. Beasley got some jump shots. Tim Hardaway Jr. Sorry, he got involved too. And I thought that again, we went from the scouting, but we got back into the redeem game. We was like, all right, wake up, y'all, and then we stayed home eventually. Okay, Kay, you the best superstar or the best player on this team. Show us in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
Let us see.
Exactly.
And during the regular season, the Pistons averaged like 26.5 assists a game. They're down in the playoffs to only 18.5. It had 18 today to our 19 assists, which shows even further that the Knicks are really zeroing in on making Cade score like 35, 40 a game in order to beat us. Limit the other guys. I thought our defense, this has been something so super shocking. Shout out Tibbs, man. We got to talk about Tibbs at some point too. Limiting the curl plays for Beasley and really limiting Beasley's impact on this series is a reason why we're up 3-1, in my honest opinion. Because when I looked at their roster and who's capable of what, Beasley is the one that it was the X factor to me, because he can average 16, 18 on just threes and free throws. That's a really crucial element you must stop, and it's an element that we've had trouble stopping during the regular season. For the course of 6-7 months, limiting that. And now we are one of the best perimeter defensive teams. We've guarded them in the playoffs. We've guarded them exceptionally well from the perimeter, but the off-ball and on-ball three-point shots are being limited and taken away, forcing Cade to either score on three people or Tobias Harris, Amen Thompson, Ron Hall, bad mid-range shots. Brilliant execution by Tom Thibodeau. Really, I think all conversations about him being fired are on pause right now. He's coaching a hell of a series.
Yeah, he is. He has it. He's still shaky a little bit. That stretched. If we were lost, we would have been talking a lot differently now.
I agree, but we didn't. But we didn't.
But we didn't lose, and it's like, I would have probably pushed back, because I like to push back, because I would have been like, okay, the third quarter aside, second quarter we started losing. We wasn't playing bad. We were just shooting bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like that third quarter stretch was the stretch for me where I just feel like things really got off the rails.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too, Jay. I totally agree with that. But it was his handling of it. It was like there was stretches where you could have called timeout. You could have tried pressures for 2.2 seconds instead of doing OG. Leaving Cat out there with 4 fouls. I get why you're doing it. You're trying to give him more, confidence, play, whatever the case may be, right? But we already know the defender he is with no fouls. You're going to give up the defender at 4 fouls, and they're coming at us constantly at that paint area. That wasn't the best call for me either. You give them that could have went way wide. And I'm not gonna nitpick because we won. But then if you don't say nothing, we don't say nothing when people win.
Right. No, maybe just me. I'm cool with seeing Precious this series. I just
wanted to give you some numbers. I'm cool with seeing him too. He ain't got to be out there 7, 9, 30 minutes. Just plug and play him. If he do better for you, it's a gift. If he doesn't, then you sit him. But at least see, especially when you let OG play the 5.
I'd rather play OG the 5 than Precious.
Really, than Precious? I don't know. He could have gave you those couple of minutes that the OG gave you at that 5.
I'd rather have OG at the 5. I agree with you on that one.
It didn't look good though, y'all.
I know it might not look good, but you know what won't look good? Precious at the 5.
At this point, you never know. Precious at the 5. If he wasn't, I think he could hang with Jalen, and we saw that.
He can hang with Jalen
Durant. We seen him kill Detroit. We can't. I know we say regular season, but he did match up pretty well when we played them that time. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I do. I just want to say real quick to Lee, because you had said something too that has stood out before we got on Precious and chewed up. It says Detroit is number 13 in the playoffs.
Bruh.
Sorry. Precious is my guy. I get it. I just making fun. He's my guy.
Yo, shots fired. Shots fired.
That's my guy. I know I'll be silly. I'll be playing around with everybody.
Oh God.
It's all right. Yeah. But Detroit in the playoffs is 16 teams. They're number 13 in 3-point attempts. they're number 4 at 3-point percentage. So they're not getting a lot. We're not allowing them to take a lot of shots, or they're
Yes.
not taking because they're trying to get in the paint. But when they do it, they hit. But also that I found out, we're of course, with this physical nature, and we're the bottom teams in personal fouls. You already know 1 and 2 in the most personal fouls in the playoffs. And then with personal foul drawing, of course, we're going to be 1 and 2 because we're both drawing the most fouls, which is absolute crazy. One of the things that we wasn't New York's identity, and we had said this as a podcast, that we're getting better defensively. We're number 2 in steals, only behind OKC, y'all. Number 2 in steals.
And it's funny because in the beginning of the season, I said I felt like our rebounds would be down, but we should be able to make it up with our steals. And I feel like it didn't really happen during the regular season like that. It happened in like pockets. I feel like it started happening like towards the end. But like I feel like this is like the recipe for success for us moving forward to survive our lack of rebound and get extra possessions with the steals if we can't get them with the offensive glass as much.
And so more steals equals more transition points. We're number 4 in points off of turnovers.
That's what's up.
So number 4, that's crazy when we're thinking about where we were in the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to talk about fast break points, we number 3 in points per point, but we've been doing that for a minute. I said we were number 4. Detroit's number 3. So hey, but other than that, and they want. That's what I said. They're number 3, and they want to get more fast break points. That's too crazy to even think about.
Yeah, they gotta just execute in half court. That's really what it is. Which is not happening with us.
This podcast has never been a pro Tibbs podcast to any degree. All of us have criticism of him. I would say no one on this podcast loves Tibbs, right? Or is a super Tibbs fan. We all have our grievances. But I think objectively, he has coached a hell of a series. The fact that we're up 3-1 right now, to me, either meets or exceeds expectations. And the fact that many people before the series, right, Dexter Henry, myself, Ed, we thought sweet potential to this series shows that we have faith in Tom Thibodeau in the playoffs more than we do in the regular season. When we have 7 games to steam and watch tape and grind that shit over, I think Tibbs has the upper hand most times in the coaching matchup. Today, he's absolutely still and always will be Bernie Bickerstaff, JB Bickerstaff's Big Papa. He is Daddy Tibbs when it comes to JB Bickerstaff. I know JB Bickerstaff hates seeing a Tom Thibodeau coming, waddling up the sideline, ready to shake his hand after an L. You know he is tired of that. Tom Thibodeau, I got to give him props on, man. I think all combo on him being fired, definitely hit the pause button on that. Be happy we got a coach that is winning grimy 2 guys in a mud fighting over a knife type games. Those type of games we've lost this season. And Tibbs is showing when it matters most, he knows how to scheme a win.
Absolutely.
And we talk about last year team. People like to bring up the last year team, right?
Yeah, they do.
One of
I do.
key things, every once in a while everybody does, but like not discredit it as but they said the last year's team was full. We made it happen, and that's what this playoff team is. This playoff win, the last 2, maybe even 3 ones that we have, they weren't pretty, but
right.
We even at the end of the regular season, we started doing winning ugly games. So if I want to compare teams, that's what I got from this, was that we've learned again how to win ugly games. Right. We've learned how to win games in multiple different ways, and that reminds me of last year's team. Right. Except for now, we have more pieces and more playoff risers where we have 2 cats show, hey, I can help you, Brunson. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, having a legit number 2 is huge, yo. Having a legit cat, like a legit number 2 that can shoot at a high level. Because that cross court pass from Brunson to Cat for that 3, and the step back 3-point 27-footer.
Bro.
In clutch in the fourth quarter.
Best shot I've ever seen, ever.
The balls you gotta have to shoot that is crazy.
Unbelievable.
And catch it. Like they did nothing.
Yep.
Man, different.
And Eb, that was incredible point of the podcast, in my opinion. Great cook right there. If the last year's team able to do it and this year's team able to do it, what's a common thread? Tom Thibodeau's coaching, man. He inspires his guys to get in the mud.
Yeah, it's funny because you hope this is one of those wins that you can build the culture on, because we didn't necessarily have the toughness moniker over our heads. Like, we didn't have that brand, and we started, like Ebony said, to build that in the regular season towards the end. But you build it during the playoffs. That's where you really start to see what your team is made of. And when you start to win these games like this, those dirty games, sometimes they can just get in your memory blank. It's like, all right, I remember how it felt to do this. My body did this. All right. So when you in these situations again, if you're going against the Celtics, maybe like this is one of those series that can kind of help you grow up. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Another cook. Let's go,
fact.
baby.
I've been saying that's what I've been saying. I
Cooking.
wanted Detroit for a long time. This is the I went on Dexter Henry's show and he asked who I wanted, and I said Detroit. I said this is the team. I said their play style I don't think would translate to playoff wins. And I thought that they would get us ready. Iron sharpens iron. We got to deal with the physical.
Yeah.
People they challenge our physicality all the time. What better way to beat one of the most physical teams in the league, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to shut everybody the hell up. Everybody kept saying that. Even Knicks fans were saying that, oh, Detroit, they're gonna be. I'm like, man, shut up. Shut up. Pistons in 5, go over there. Go Billups and them and cheer for them if you talking Pistons in 5 and you're a Knicks fan.
Jay, you know what I said. Fruit cup, it's up. Scared, get a pup. Knicks in 5.
Throw some thumbs up in the chat for our two-man game over here. Both cooking.
Oh, man.
Great cooks.
Yo, salute to the... Hey, Deuce McBride. Deuce, what... Can you please show up for the series? Just a little bit.
I'm just, again, I'm going to give Deuce some grace. I don't know how long that's going to wait, but for role players, we know that every series is different. Some role players match up better with other teams, and they have better series. So again, if Game 5 Deuce, I need you to come through. He hit some shots today when we needed it, though. But I need him to come through better on both ends. I don't like the angles he's even taking on defense. A lot of times. Right now, I'll wait to see before I go crazy on him.
He hit one shot. He hit the first 3, and he missed the next 4.
No, Dag, I thought it was 2. Sorry.
Yeah, and I've given Deuce a lot of rope this series because I saw what he did last season in the playoffs. So I know he has that in him. I don't know what this is. I don't know if his timing is all because he came back kind of late from the end. I don't know what, but our bench scoring is probably the only thing that's really been hurting us. Like especially if we're going to have McHale and OG expend so much energy defending, it would be nice to have somebody with fresh legs come off the bench and be able to pick up some of the scoring slack. One game was campaign. I was hoping to see Deuce at least get like 10 and 15 one of these games. Hopefully he comes back home with some home cooking and does that for us.
Agreed, Jay. You know I've talked about it all season. Every championship team needs one guy in double digits off the bench. Deuce has been that guy the whole series. I think we can beat the Pistons without it, but we cannot compete against Boston without that double-digit score. Whether it be Deuce, I hope it's Deuce. Or it's going to have to be Shamet or Payne waking up and actually be consistent through 4 quarters and 4 games. But it's going to have to be someone. And that bench has looked themselves in the mirror and say, who's it going to be? Can it be all 3? I hope so.
I hope so. For sure. All right, yo. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to the chat. Let's get to this chat. We've been going off, we've been cooking, we've been making points, we've been screaming. Great post game, guys. I love what we talk. Yeah, love the energy. Big win too. Shout out to the chat though. JT Riddick, Nick Yak, Alexander, the Predicate, Walter Blackman, Shoquan. Who else we got in there? The Gamer Channel, Anna Grill, Prezi the Boss. Everybody's rocking with the show. S. Parker, Frank Sound, Fred's the best mod in the game. Yeah, if you're liking that show, if you're here, you knew you're liking the show, hit the like, subscribe. We here after every game talking Knicks basketball. We talking to the fullest. We talking to the details. We give you the jokes, the analysis. We give you a 360 view in wins or losses. Wins and losses, we give you 360s. We tell you everything that's going wrong, everything is going right, everything in between. All right, so if you like that type of breakdowns, we try as best to be non-biased as possible, critique, critique, not critique. We try to do that here. So if you like that style, then hit that like and subscribe. We have to every game. So shout out to you guys who've been supporting us thus far. All right.
Amen.
Go ahead.
No, I said amen. I agree.
Adel Chapman said that they're lurking, they're doing housework. So shout out to you. Thank you for doing housework and listening to us at the same time. Multitasking.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I be doing that too sometimes. All right. Get that work in. All right, let's get to these super chats, though. We like that. We like the super chats. We like the support in the channel. Shout out to Gamer Channel who sends a $10 super chat. It says, way to silence critics, Cat. Jalen Brunson, the best player in the series. One of the best Knicks playoff performances in Knicks history. McHale Bridges and J. Hart, clutch defense on Cade. Knicks in 5. Yeah. Agree with all that.
This is the greatest. Again, I was playing with action figures during the 90s when Patrick Ewing was balling. I had no idea the Knicks even existed. But since I started watching the Knicks and rooting for them in 2002, this is the best playoff game I've ever watched. Best game ever watched. That cat shot is the best cat shot I've ever seen in a blue and orange uniform. This is my favorite win. And they had 25 years of being a Knicks fan. My favorite win. And I'm so glad to share and celebrate with y'all two in the chat. This is great, baby. KOT all day.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go. I think my favorite still might be the Allen Houston runner.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Especially because we hated Miami too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Knicks, Miami, Lee, if you was around for you would have been into that. It was
my family used to put TVs outside in the barbecue, and the barbecue would stop.
Yeah.
It would stop. It would be like you could hear anything fall. You could hear whatever fall. Like it would be that intense. That's literally
super intense. Yo.
Yeah,
I still remember watching that.
That's how I got into the Knicks.
I still remember watching that game in my grandmother's house, and I think I was the only one up watching it, and I was screaming at the end of that game. Woo. Yeah,
it would have been fun to root against Tim Hardaway Sr.
Exactly.
My son, 2 bums.
Facts. Nah, Tim Hardaway crossover though. I used to hate him. Yeah. But that thing was lethal.
Yeah, you want to talk about you want to talk about Pistons wars? Miami was wars, yo. Actual fights.
DJ Brown.
I see Jeff Van Gundy on Lonzo Mourning's leg. That flashes in my head a lot. I don't know why, but I see that a lot.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It was crazy. 90s was a crazy time. Whew.
I do have one thing after we done with the chat to say with Tibbs that stood out to me before this game. This was his comments after the last game, or pregame.
Okay.
Whatever. It says the question was on how he decides to deploy different units and rotating. So here he go again with this. The game talks to you. Actually, listen today though. Kind of. It said the game tells you what to do. You're trying to find rhythm in the game with units. It's easy to look at box score after and say what you do. What do you have to do to get this guy going? It's more how does a group function together? How do they create rhythm for each other? And how do they function as a unit, both on offense and defense? So you're looking for the right combinations and everything does matter. Each possession matters. I thought that was a great quote, like just on the philosophy of how he should really be running this team. Whether he does it all the time is in him, but yes, I thought that was a great quote, and I like that. I like that approach.
Heard you.
Yeah, I think you can see that in real time with the eye test and how much continuity this Knicks starting 5 has, not just being the most healthy starting 5 all season, so they had the most time to gel without nursing injuries. But this 5 unit opens, closes, and plays the majority of a game, so they know each other's tendencies. And you saw a disparity between the Knicks continuity and the Pistons continuity. There's not a whole lot of chemistry between Amen Thompson or Sir Thompson and Jalen Duren. They don't play very well together. Tobias Harris and Schroeder don't play super well together. It's kind of Cade and everybody else. Where the Knicks, on the other hand, it don't matter what's happening off ball or on ball, there's a connectivity there that's going to allow for a high percentage shot.
Good point.
I agree.
Good point.
And Detroit being number 15 out of 16 teams in turnovers helps us a lot.
Helps a lot.
Sure does.
Young team stuff helps a lot. That's why we're gonna get this game in 5. All right. All right. Shout out to Robert Paris, who sends a $4.99 super chat. Right? Bruh. I mean, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to. Sorry, Robert. He says they refuse to lose today. Sweep in 5. Gentlemen, sweep in 5. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I called the Knicks in 5. I'm sticking with it. Let's close it out on Friday.
Hell yeah.
We played with a hunger today. We played with a hunger today. It was a different intensity. It's what I like to see as my basketball team. It was very I'm not giving you anything easy, even to the fouls. They were pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
We did well until, like, again, the end of the second quarter, third quarter, where they got into transition and things of that matter. But I thought we made everything difficult. Like you mentioned about Cade earlier, like we did. Everybody.
All right.
Everybody took turns.
Shout out to JT Reddick. He says Cat got his NYK playoff moment now. He need one at the Garden. Yeah, he definitely got one in the playoffs, mind you. I feel like him and JB just got another playoff moment in the Garden. All right.
Mm-hmm. And Gaming Channel asks, can we give Tibbs credit for playing the starters or those minutes during the season? We see the results now with the familiarity in the playoffs. Now I get why he does it, but history has to teach you something to not repeat yourself. You know, the main goal was to get us just in one piece. That's my whole thing, not running us to the ground. And we kind of see him take a low management a little bit at the end of the season. So that's all I cared about. The minutes, when I'm talking minutes, I'm tired. I was just tired of saying, I wish we had so-and-so. I wish we had so-and-so. So he definitely learned a little bit.
You know who the best compliment to Tibbs is? Casey Smith. If you don't have Tibbs, you better have Casey Smith, because Casey Smith's made sure that injuries are healed as quick as possible and guys are available as soon as possible. It's a match made in heaven, baby.
Nah, in fact, Lee, you said that a long time ago, off season, and now people catching wind. I see people, was writing articles and things of that nature. But you had said that off season KOT shows.
Sure did. Good call. All right, yo, let's get to it, man. Let's get to the other part of the show. It's time for the Ooh picks and the bruh picks. All right, Ooh picks are usually the best plays of the game. It could be, it doesn't even have to be this game. It could be something you just point out and say, yo, this is dope. I want to shout this out. I'm going to give you that ooh. Or you can give something a bruh, which means it's something stupid, dumb, idiotic that happened. It could be during a game. It could be a take. It could be whatever you want to point out. That's what the oohs and bruhs are. I'm going to start off this way from the bruh side. Can I start?
Go ahead.
JB Bickerstaff. You, sir, have no right to complain about any lack of foul calls at any different point of this game. Especially considering how you said a couple of games ago, this is a well-ref game. I feel like the refs are fair and lying. This whole game, the entire game, the Pistons have been setting illegal screen, shoving people with two hands. We had a hit check of Josh Hart who hit the floor that should have been looked at as a flagrant foul. The Pistons were playing rugby out there. We didn't get any calls, hardly. We still ended up getting the win. And you want to complain about a brush hip. You want to complain about Tim Hardaway Jr. getting brushed at the hip on the last second shot of the game? Bro, you do not get to have it both ways. You do not get to employ your guys to pretty much beat our players up all game just to complain about some silly, suddy touch foul at the end of the game. Like, no. Bruh pick for you, man. For sure.
That's a great one.
Yeah. That's what I got.
Although I believe his name is Tom Thibodeau Jr.
Bruh.
Daddy had to pull that belt out.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. All right. Anybody else have it? I got bruh pick too. I got ooh pick too, but I don't want to be greedy. I want to let y'all go.
I've been so locked into this game, I wasn't paying attention to nobody foolishness. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Okay, it could be this game. Like, let's keep going because this is ooh picks. the step back 27 footing, the 27-foot 3-point shot by Karl-Anthony Towns is definitely one of the biggest shots of the game. That could be an ooh pick.
Definitely, if you want to do another ooh pick, it's got to be JB. That shot off the glass was pretty huge too, and a tough shot. That was a crazy. I didn't think it. I thought it was good. You know, you hoping. I'm like, all right, it's Jalen Brunson, so that goes in a lot, and then it does. You're like, yeah. But yeah, definitely, that was a dope shot, a tough shot.
Or the cat fadeaway on the baseline when he shot it from behind the backboard.
Yeah, you gotta give McHale his ooh for the two Kawhi like 3-pointers in that corner.
Yep. Yeah. Movement.
That was huge. That was during a point where we were going down a huge drought too. We were desperate for buckets, so can't forget him. We want to talk about Hart's constant intensity today, just being all over the place. So another ooh put for his heart and hustle.
Extra possessions, need them.
Yeah. We talk about OG playing smart defense. Go get in between those screens. Whenever he could, he was fighting over them things. Even with the hedge and recovery, a lot of that worked out today. It was a lot less of two people on the ball for a long period of time.
Right.
Giving others that's an adjustment too. So yeah, shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to Tibbs. My ooh pick. Redemption game. Cause I was killing McHale during the third quarter run. I ain't gonna hold you. I was in here. I give him grace, but I was in here like, come on, man. Maybe they shouldn't put McHale the whole time on K.
Yeah, he was missing a lot. I like the shots he was taking. He was just missing a lot. I'm just glad they went in and when it counted towards the end.
Yeah, definitely a redemption game. Tibbs, I questioned him and he redeemed himself. McHale the same. I had questioned all of us at one point for forcing the ball inside the way we were doing. But again, everything redeemed. They figured it out and played a smart game. So give it to Gitness.
Go ahead, Lee.
I got two ooh picks. One for this entire playoffs. This has been one of the more banger playoff years in recent memory. We have series all over the map. The Knicks Pistons has been dynamite. Celtics Magic, highly competitive. Golden State Rockets, every game's been a burner. We got Lakers Timberwolves, super close. Pacers Bucks, super entertaining. Nuggets Clippers, maybe my favorite series outside the Knicks.
Yeah,
that one's been unbelievable. That Aaron Gordon game-winning dunk.
I'm about to say that, yo.
Hell. This has been, I've watched every game, and it's been the most fun I've had watching the playoffs. It helps the Knicks are up 3-1, for sure. But this has been a great series. I think the game's in a great place. The product is at an all-time high. Level of skill, level of talent, through the roof. I had no complaints. It's been fun to watch. And second, James Dolan, bro, thank you for stepping back, letting Leon Rose run this thing the right way. I'm going to give you an ooh pick for being able to finally put a solid product on the floor that allows me to cheer with my pop, give each other a hug after a win, and have that camaraderie and then come on the show and be able to have camaraderie with Jay and Ebony in the chat, everyone in the chat. I love being able to rally around these Knicks after so many years and decades of poverty. We finally up. We here, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
I got one more ooh pick, too. Thank you for Lee. I don't know. Somebody said reminding me. I definitely do have another ooh pick. I don't have any bruh pick, but I just want to give a shout out to my guy, Knicks Homer from Twitter. If you're ever following him, Knicks Homer does great images, great graphics, great merch for the community. And he did a little Twitter mural of me, like post of a lot of the Knicks fans and social media land. But if you ever get a chance to look him up, because he does do a lot for the community. A dope guy, and he's going through a loss. So I'm just saying, wrap your arms around one another in this community. And he's such a dope soul and a talented person. So shout out Knicks Homer.
Shout out Knicks. All right. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I got Game of China said Tim Hardaway finally winning us a playoff game.
I love that one.
Yeah. Better late than never, Tim. Once a Nick, always Nick. All right.
Damn, I hate that guy. Oh man.
I like it, man. I like it. I like how we ended this, man, on a good note. Roasting Tim Hardaway Jr. I like it. Let's get it. All right, yo, that's the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. And shout out to everybody who's rocking with us. Shout out to A-Train. I saw you came in at the end. Glamour. Shout out to you. Saw you coming at the end. I don't know if anybody else came in. Sandman. Shout out to you. Even though I know you hating in here, but shout out to you anyway. Oh, did y'all really deleted his message? Oh my god.
It wasn't me. Someone else did.
Me.
Y'all really deleted his messages? I'm dead. Okay. I am dead. Okay, y'all on one today. Y'all just like, nah, all good vibes only. Okay. Shout out to you guys.
Oh, Fritz has a good one. The Memphis Grizzlies firing their coach 2 weeks before the season over and getting swept.
Yeah.
And that's like, congratulations. You know that saying. You played yourself.
Yeah, you played yourself. Yeah, you did. You did.
Hilarious. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, yo.
Yeah, that's a bruh pick too. Then I'm done. Rabbit Parish says Bitchestaff using his challenge.
Oh, that's a ooh.
For us it was, right?
That's a ooh.
JB.
That's the second game in a row he did that dumb shit.
Yes, yep. Second game in a row.
He always believe he's right. That man argue like he lost credibility a long time ago for arguing calls. Yo, that dude is always wrong.
That's a good point, bro. I agree.
He's always wrong about something he thought he saw. Even on the replays.
He may look like him, but he's no hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah. Where else but here can you get a hanging Mr. Cooper reference?
In a chat that appreciates it.
At the end of the show. Where else? Where else but guilty? If you haven't subscribed by now, I don't know. That should have put you over the edge, all right?
100%.
Ooh,
great pod, Eb.
Man, he's so
Thank you, appreciate you. I did what? Good pod. That was my show.
Hey, Coop. You're wrong. All right. All right, yo. I'm done. I'm saying he was Mr. Cooper at the end, so it's time to shut this thing down. All right. All right, yo. Good show. Yo, Ebony, let them know where they can find you, Ebony.
You can find me here at KO2 Show after every Knick game. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Mad Knick Fan. I do a pregame space called Your Take Knicks on Twitter before every Knick game, and when Liberty season, which is in training camp right now, after every Liberty game is Balling with the Queens, we do the postgame space on Twitter.
Okay. Shout out to you. All right, Lee, let them know they can find you.
Big things coming this month. Huge opportunities for myself and the hard work I've been putting in on the writing side. I am roasting the Kentucky Derby next weekend for Bleacher Report, so that should be that should be a ton of fun. They need a sarcastic voice, so of course, they shout out to your boy. I love the roast, and then got some huge things coming up for Slam Magazine as well. My first thing with them, which is gonna be dope, and it's gonna be on the WNBA. Thank you, Ebony, put me on to them Dallas Wings. Gonna be doing a little something writing about them as well for Slam. So that's been a lifelong goal of mine.
Nice.
And more is coming, both for KOT and myself. So big things happening. Keep an eye out.
Big things are going. All right. That's what's up.
Congrats.
That's what's up. Congrats, man. That's what's up. All right. You already know, man. You can find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Knick of Time Show on Facebook as well. All right.
Can I just ask Lee one good question? Because I need to know this before we go into this WNBA season. What team are you rooting for? What team are you? I know it's the Wings. I get it.
No, actually, I don't have any partiality to WNBA, so I'm gonna go with what the homies say. I know you. If you don't have a space, I'm gonna be there listening. So call me a Liberty and Wings fan. I can root for both.
I get it. I understand. They got some time though. I just wanted to see. Go ahead, Jay.
It might have been.
It's fun to root for the champion. You know what I mean? It's easy and fun to root for the champion. So might as well be a Liberty fan too.
Right.
About to repeat.
Get that less struggle going. All right. All right, yo. The show. Thank you guys for watching, man. You can find us at the KOT Show on Twitter, the Knick of Time Show on Instagram, and the Knick of Time Show on Facebook as well. Also, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Everywhere you listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, The Nick of Time Show. Definitely follow us too. We're going to be back here talking Knicks basketball Tuesday. Closing them out. Knicks in 5. Be here or be square. You can get the gunshots. We're going to be outside. So hopefully you're here rocking with us, enjoying the show. All right. That is the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And as always,
shout out the World Wide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks streets. That's the show. We out of here. Peace.